The term synchronicity is literally defined as the simultaneous occurrence of events which appear to be significantly related but have no discernible causal connection. In the world of spirituality, we often experience these so-called synchronicities, especially for those of us who identify as twin flames. And the reason for this is because, as this definition states, although there is no discernible, meaning in the physical 3D world by human terms and human ideology, there may be no discernible reason for these things to be occurring or to be happening, yet they are. And that is actually what leads so many people to explore the idea of twin flame connection, because they are experiencing these feelings, these sensations, these signs that have no reasonable, logical explanation. So I hope that through this podcast video, sharing with you these twin flame telepathy signs can help you to feel validated or less alone, or even to better understand what you are going through on this journey. But first, if you enjoy twin flame content and readings, please be sure to like this video and also subscribe to my channel. Here on this channel, we are creating a truly beautiful, high vibrational, supportive community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings. So, as I said just a moment ago, we are going to be talking about twin flame telepathy signs. First, what is twin flame telepathy? When twin flames experience what we call telepathy, what they are actually doing is picking up on one another's energy on a subconscious and unconscious level. They are then registering and processing that energy they are feeling from their twin flame in certain manifested ways, and those manifestations of this perpetual energetic transference happening between twin flames is usually what we refer to as telepathy, because that's sort of the traditional way we understand it. Telepathy being receiving some kind of knowing or knowledge or information about another person at a distance when they aren't actually intentionally or consciously sharing that information with you. Now, of course, twin flames are the most susceptible to experiencing telepathy with one another. The reason for this is because if you think of human consciousness like a gigantic web, and you imagine that we are all connected to one another through this web, but that within the web, let's say in this scenario, you are at the very center. Those who are part of your soul family, your soulmates, those who share a similar soul essence to you, or what we sometimes call a similar core soul frequency, would be closely connected to you in this web. They would be close to you in proximity. However, a twin flame isn't just close to you in this web of consciousness. They are you. They share an identical core soul frequency, which means that just like as I used in an example in a previous video with walkie-talkies, when you are both set to the same station, the same number, you can hear one another clearly even at a distance. Twin flames have a station in this metaphor all of their own, because again, they share the same frequency. So in some sense, although they are both physically existing in this physical 3D world, they are also existing spiritually on a level in a world, a spiritual world, an energetic world or experience in which it is only the two of them. They're together on that same soul frequency. I wanted to say home frequency because that is what this connection feels like at the core. It feels like home. So the first twin flame telepathy sign is having dreams about one another. Now, the experience of twin flame dreams can be misunderstood because many people believe that telepathy is the dream itself, like this is the communication that I'm receiving. And yes, sometimes we can receive very specific communication from our twin flame through dreams, and I am absolutely not invalidating that experience. What I mean when I say dreams, twin flame dreams, are misunderstood at times is because we are living through a very physical 3D lens, a very human-oriented lens. We forget that these dreams are more so a manifestation of what is happening energetically, meaning that we and our twin flame are perpetually transferring energy back and forth to one another. And because of this perpetual energy transfer, we then experience manifestations of that energy transference, such as these dreams. So yes, sometimes these twin flame dreams can be incredibly specific. In fact, twin flames are notorious for experiencing what we call shared dreams. Shared dreams are defined exactly as it sounds. It is a dream experience that you have that is identical to the dream experience that another person would recount, meaning you are literally having the same dream, interacting with each other within that dream at the exact same time, which of course would be too much of a coincidence to possibly be coincidental, and it's not. These shared dreams are actually interactions between you and your twin flame in the astral realm. So in some sense, they are actually occurring in your dream state in the astral realm, and they aren't just musings of the mind or manifestations of the imagination. In fact, within these shared dreams, the way you know you've had a shared dream is you will discover that your twin flame had the same dream on the same night at the same time. So usually this happens, or this is discovered somewhat accidentally unless you are in close contact with your twin flame and you ask each other these kinds of questions such as, what did you dream last night, etc. But very often this will be your twin flame telling you about a dream they had, or you telling them, and then the other replies or responds in a way that tells you they shared the exact same dream. This is probably one of the most profound forms of twin flame telepathy. However, not all dreams between twin flames are necessarily these shared dreams. Sometimes we can receive specific communication from our twin flame in a dream, and they may not consciously remember that dream themselves. Beyond that, we can have symbolic dreams. So sometimes we aren't receiving anything specific from the dream, but there is something more abstract, more symbolic about that dream communication or those interactions that is meant to communicate something to us or to heal us or our connection in some type of way. Usually the thing these dreams have in common is they are extremely emotionally charged. We typically feel very emotional, or very much as though these dreams were so realistic, almost lifelike. Upon awakening from them, it can even be somewhat disorienting to wake up from a twin flame dream because of how powerful, intense, and emotionally charged these dreams can be. The second sign of twin flame telepathy is, as I defined at the beginning, synchronicity. Experiencing synchronicities in our day-to-day life, specifically synchronicities that are related directly to our twin flame or our connection in some way. Some of the most common twin flame telepathic synchronicities are seeing either your twin flame's name or hearing their name in different places that you go, perhaps hearing or seeing things that are directly connected to them, like a license plate of the place that they are from, a certain number that connects with your twin flame connection in some way. Synchronicities can be quite literally anything, but the key to them is it is something in the physical 3D world that draws your attention almost instantaneously, locks in your attention in some way, and causes you to instantly connect that thing almost unconsciously to your twin flame or to your connection. The reason I say that what you notice is the key is because synchronicities, much like shared dreams or dreams about our twin, are sometimes misunderstood. It's not the thing itself. It's not the number itself, the place itself, the sign itself. It's the fact that our attention was drawn randomly or seemingly randomly in that direction. And where our attention draws us is oftentimes an indication of what we are feeling or sensing intuitively on an unconscious level. So when you hear your twin flame's name and it stands out to you, or you notice that license plate that connects you to them, or you hear that song that instantly connects with your relationship or connection in some way, it's not the thing itself. It is the way your attention is being guided so perfectly at that exact time, in that exact way and location, which is actually, in a sense, you tapping into your intuition of what you are receiving from your twin flame in that moment energetically. The third twin flame telepathy sign is probably one of the strangest and perhaps the most jarring twin flame telepathy sign, and this is spontaneous remote viewing. Now, as the name suggests, remote viewing, this usually has to do with visual indicators of telepathy. So typically this is suddenly seeing what your twin flame is doing in the moment. Usually this happens in flashes. It can be very brief, and it can actually cause us to question, to doubt. With remote viewing specifically, our ego really likes to step in and say that it was just our imagination, or that we were just making this up in some way. And usually we don't put the pieces together with remote viewing until much later, when we are speaking to our twin flame and they happen to mention something they were doing, and we recall getting this spontaneous vision, a flash in our mind of that exact thing when they were doing it, if that makes sense. Now, although remote viewing is, as the name viewing suggests, directly tied to what we see, it's really not limited to our sense of sight. In fact, we can experience this remote experience, we'll call it, of our twin flame through any of our senses. This can be remote sensing, remote feeling, remote smelling, tasting, touching. It can really encompass any of our physical senses. And actually, it can even encompass our emotional senses as well. And that leads me to the fourth sign, which is somewhat connected to the third sign, except instead of remotely sensing, feeling, touching, tasting, seeing what our twin flame is doing, this has to do more with the emotional body, with the emotions. This is suddenly feeling your twin flame's emotions. Now, once again, the ego likes to question this and say, well, how do you know this wasn't just your own emotional experience? And the key way to know is it comes on completely out of the blue, completely out of nowhere and doesn't have any logical reason for occurring. There was no trigger, no reason for you to be feeling this way. And of course, the second way to validate it is if you are in communication with your twin and they happen to mention how they are feeling or how they were feeling in that moment. This can, over time, help you to connect the dots of beginning to sense into what it feels like, what the experience is like when you're feeling your own emotions versus when you are picking up your twin flame's emotional energy. Now, the fifth and final twin flame telepathy sign, I would say is the most potentially disruptive sign. I feel this sign has the most potential for us self-judging or feeling bad about ourselves, which I feel is something that through all of these very powerful, intense signs and experiences, that self-judgment is one of the main things that we collectively as twin flames are really being guided to release. And this is suddenly feeling very detached from your physical 3D reality and potentially even feeling as though you are floating or caught in this kind of daydream state, feeling like you are dissociating. The term dissociation means disconnection and lack of continuity between thoughts, memories, surroundings, and identity. Now, the thing about that definition is as twin flames, it is almost impossible not to experience this feeling of dissociation from time to time. The reason is, as the definition states, there's this lack of continuity between your own thoughts, memories, surroundings, and identity, which of course is natural to have this lack of continuity as twin flames because at times there is not continuity. You are so intrinsically, deeply, energetically interconnected with this other physical being who is the vessel for really this soul that you are sharing. So in a sense, you are sharing two experiences in this physical world at once. So of course, there are times that if that person is experiencing, feeling, thinking something incredibly intensely, especially if it is connected to you or to the connection, you will pick up on this on some level, and it may cause you to feel so distracted, again, very unconsciously by what they are going through in the moment, that it can cause you to feel as though you are detaching from your own sense of what is occurring in your own physical 3D reality. Now, the thing to remember about all of these different twin flame telepathy signs is that, first of all, you are not alone. If you are experiencing any of these signs, feelings, symptoms, you aren't alone. You aren't going crazy. There is nothing wrong with you. And in fact, as I said earlier, I really invite you to embrace deeper levels of self-love and self-acceptance, to no longer feel the need to judge yourself for what you are experiencing, but to trust that all of your experiences do serve a purpose. Now, as far as tools for helping you navigate these kinds of deeply subconscious experiences, I feel it's very important, first of all, to focus on clearing any negativity, blockages, limiting beliefs that are stored within your subconscious, because it's actually the subconscious that is directly reflected in the energy field. Our subconscious and our energy are essentially one in the same, just two different ways of speaking about the same experience. And as I said, your connection with your twin flame, regardless of the distance between you emotionally, physically, mentally, communication-wise, it is unbreakable, eternal, and always exists on this energetic, subconscious level. So the absolute key to creating, cultivating what we call energy union, energetic union with your twin flame in the 5D, that then naturally results in, unfolds in more physical communication, interaction, and ultimately, if you so intend, a physical reunion as well. The key to this is total surrender. Surrender that begins in the subconscious, letting go of all of your limiting ideas about love, about connection, about yourself that are keeping you stuck in what I call chaos consciousness and preventing you from shifting into what I call surrender state. And it's from that vibrational frequency found within surrender state that you then instantaneously, automatically begin to forge that strong bond of energetic union with your twin. To assist you in shifting from chaos consciousness to surrender state, I've created a powerful twin flame surrender subliminal. So as you can see on the screen, I am just showing you around my website, soundandsoulful.com, where I have this specific subliminal, as well as over 100 subliminals for all areas of life, including, of course, twin flame connection, twin flame path. This twin flame surrender subliminal specifically contains powerful binaural beat frequencies that are designed to shift, retune, and attune the frequency of your being to total surrender states. And at the same time, of course, it also includes subliminal affirmations, which for those of you who are unfamiliar with subliminals, they are affirmations your conscious mind can't hear, which is actually why they are so incredibly powerful. Because unlike traditional spoken affirmations directed to the conscious mind, subliminals bypass the conscious filter of your mind and are therefore capable of making deeper, more lasting impressions on your subconscious mind, which again is directly connected to the energy field. So the link to this twin flame surrender subliminal is in the description box under this video. You can click that link and explore more about the energetic benefits I have infused into this subliminal. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful rest of your day. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and let me know in the comments which, if any, of these twin flame telepathy signs resonate with you personally. I will talk to you again in the next podcast.